Welcome back to Real Estate and Home Improvement Shows, the show. We're here on Central Valley Talk. And what we do here is we celebrate what's good about Fresno, not just Fresno, the whole valley. So when there's something coming up, something happening, we want to let you know about it. Guess what's coming up in, I think, March? The Home Show. Is it in March?
Yes.
At the Home Show. If you've not been to the Home Show, you need to go there because it's a big thing for Fresno to get that. And you can almost always find free tickets somewhere. But if we don't support these things, we can't keep having them. So go to the Home Show. And we've invited some of the vendors out to be on our show. And starting with Nate Yoder with London Properties, you guys are going to have our little booth there at the Home Show.
Absolutely.
Why realtors? Why would realtors go out there?
Well, so there's 4 of us. They're going to be there, a whole team of us. We got about over 50 years of experience in real estate there. Why go to the Home Show? Just to be a resource, you know? I mean, the Home Show is amazing, as you know. And there's all kinds of home improvement stuff. But you might be thinking of selling maybe a year or 2 years. How do you know which projects bring you the most value? And just answer questions like that and be a resource to people.
What if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, should I put in a swimming pool? You know, you can kind of advise them on that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or should I get a new garage door? Because they're selling them here at the Home Show. They sell everything there for you.
Garage doors is one of the best return for your dollar investments in a home improvement. Absolutely.
Because they're not that expensive.
Nope.
It really cleans the place up.
Absolutely.
Also, I'm thinking, if somebody's never been in the home buying business, or they've never bought a home for years, or they've been in their house 20 or 30 years, they probably don't know a realtor.
That's
true.
true.
It's a good place to come and meet you and the people on your team that are going to be there and get to know someone.
Absolutely. And we're just, there's no pressure. It's just to answer questions. If you bought or sold 20 or 30 years ago, it's actually probably a lot different today than what it was then.
Isn't it?
And so we just want to be a resource and answer people's questions.
It's just go and meet a realtor, ask him questions. Nate Yoder, what booth will you be in? What space, do you know?
Booth 317.
Okay, go
317.
find him there.
And we'll also have lenders there. So now you say, okay, no, wait a minute. Like, I'm not buying a lender, but maybe you have a home improvement project that's more than your savings. Lender can help with that.
Yeah. I have a personal philosophy. The only time I borrow against my house is to improve my house. So if I'm doing a little home improvement project, put on garage doors or a new roof or something, you can borrow on your house.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I don't know if you can know this or not, but can you write off that interest if you're borrowing against your house?
Yeah, talk to a tax professional on that. Absolutely.
Put you on the spot, Nate. But they can ask those questions
Absolutely.
at the Home Show, and there'll be a lender. They can ask the lender.
Correct.
And talk to the lender.
We're also going to have drawings for prizes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So gift cards, wine baskets. This is going to be a fun booth. We'd love to people come by and say hi to us.
It'll be a fun booth. By the way, you don't want to buy a house from somebody you don't know, you never met before. That's a giant investment. So go meet Nate at the Home Show. When and where is the Home Show?
March 7, 8, and 9. So next Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, just next week.
Fresno Fairgrounds, 10 a.m., 5 p.m. each day.
Right. It's fun to just go there.
Absolutely.
Just walk around.
It's a riot.
And get some ideas on improving your home. I want to ask you this, Nate, because you're an expert in real estate. One of the reasons we asked you here today. Is it a good time to buy a home?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, real estate's really always a good investment if you're going to be there for a long time.
Right.
You know, I just saw this last week, going back last 35 years, 1990, last 35 years in Fresno County, only 7 years out of 35 had a negative return. So almost every year your value goes up. So if you're going to be there a while, it's always a good investment.
By the way, the best investment I ever made, I bought, my first home was a duplex, and my God, we had no idea how we'd make the payments. They were $500 a month. And you know, a couple years later, it was like nothing.
Yep.
And also, the interest rate was like 19%. It was horrible. We still made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of that investment.
Yep.
And got giant tax breaks and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, do you know how you can get something like that? Call Nate Yoder, for goodness sake. If you've never bought a house, you don't know how to buy a house, you don't even know how to start with a realtor. Nate knows how. He's an expert on this. He'll set you up with what? The lender?
Lender, absolutely. When you find a house we like, we vet it to make sure the price is good. And then it's not just about a price, right? It's about there's inspections and all that process. So we walk buyers through all of that to make sure they get a great deal for themselves.
You like to do buyers?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It's really rewarding, isn't it? When you're
Absolutely.
done, you've got somebody in a home ownership.
You know, I had a client, we actually closed tomorrow. First time home buyer. They're in a cramped apartment now, and when they got the news that the deal was accepted, they texted me, this is life-changing. Like, that's what makes it awesome,
really
It really helps.
Who else in their job gets to say that?
Exactly.
But by the way, why a realtor, and you've said some of it, you put that house through the inspection process and all the things you should do to make sure that the buyer's well protected.
Correct.
And sometimes, if you're just buying a for sale by owner, there could be an unscrupulous seller, and they could do something. And, you know, and but the realtor makes the seller do disclosures. Anything's ever been wrong with the property, so you'll know it like that.
Exactly.
And also, you don't want to get ripped off. The realtor will make sure you don't, that you're well taken care of. I don't know why I'm doing an ad for you, but
hey, I appreciate it.
It's important to go through. By the way, if it's for sale by owner, they can call you. The buyer can call you and
absolutely.
Have you represent them on
yes,
that. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a good idea, right? Because you do the wrong form or the wrong type of disclosure or something, you could get in big trouble. So put the burden on the realtor. Let them.
That's right.
Let them. But you haven't done one or two. You've done dozens and dozens and dozens. So
yes.
You know what you're doing. Yeah. Okay, sellers. This is a question I've had just this last couple of weeks. Some people, they're going to sell their home. They're all ready to list it. They have the value and everything. And then COVID hit, so they backed off. They didn't sell it. Here we are 5, 6 years later, whatever it is. They have no idea what their house is worth. Could you help them with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's that cost?
Nothing.
It's free to do that.
It's free to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sellers, if someone's going to sell, they can call you. They should call you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
One of the nicest guys in real estate, by the way. If you're a buyer or a seller, Nate's a good guy to start with. So
thanks, Mike.
That. Let's get back to the home show now. You're going to be there with some of your team. Who are you going to have with you?
Yeah, Duffy Alexander, Rip Hovde, Lana Lowry, and then our lenders are going to be David Schilling and Michelle Glass.
By the way, I went to elementary school with Ben Duffy Alexander.
That's awesome.
How many? 60 years ago, probably. And Rip Hovde, I know his dad very well. He was a piano player over the Daily Planet restaurant.
No kidding.
Long time.
That's awesome.
So there's a lot of reasons to go to the home show, but if you go and go by the London booth, you could enter drawings.
Yep.
Stuff like that, giveaways. And
Giveaways,
stuff like that.
absolutely. Yeah.
And meet your next realtor.
That's right.
Nate, we're going past time, but I just want to give you a minute to say anything you want about the home show, the real estate industry, anything like that.
Yeah, I just say, come by and say hi. Okay. We're always happy to be a resource, always happy to answer your questions. And, we can't help you until you come and ask us what your questions and needs are, and we're always happy to do that.
And it's free to ask, by the way.
Absolutely.
Now, there's 3 home shows a year in Fresno. Go to this one. Go check it out. And I want to say the dates and days of the week, because this show sometimes runs next week and the week after.
Yeah.
We don't want to think and show up there on the wrong day. What's the dates and dates?
March 7, 8, and 9.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, not this week, next week. 10 a.m., 5 p.m.
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Fresno Home Show. And there's so many cool things out there. I highly recommend going. And for our viewers, don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.